So how do you know? How do you measure what you're doing vibrationally? Because you don't exactly have someone brought to one of the gatherings an electronic contraption that he thought everyone should buy and hook themselves up to. And we said, it's cumbersome. You don't need some outside meter telling you what you're doing vibrationally. The meter didn't even work. You've got this vibrational guidance system within you that is your emotions. So when you feel something like ease or clarity, that means that there is little or no resistance within you right now. You are not contradicting your own thought. So when you say, I want this, wouldn't it be nice to have such and such? And you just visualize being it or doing it or having it or living it. Wouldn't that be nice? And the idea of it just feels so good to you. And then you say, but, hardly anybody is doing that. You have just introduced unnecessary resistance to the equation. Why would you do that? Because you've been trained to be realist. You've been trained to be objective. You've been trained to weigh the pros and the cons and the pluses and the minuses. And we say, you've done enough of that. You've sifted through enough and put enough in your vibrational reality to keep yourselves busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. This is the phase of your life where what you're wanting to do is purify or clarify your vibrational flow. And you do that by caring about how you feel when you think the thought. But we know that unless you have played the game, as Esther did, for a month, she's 6 or 7 weeks into it now, you really don't have any personal awareness. It's hard for you to tell those vibrational subtleties until you get yourself really in a place where you have felt for a period of time a chronic feeling of lack of resistance, because you don't know you've got resistance until you've experienced enough time without it. Does that make sense to you? And so in the beginning, when people would come to us and they would say, what's the best thing that you can teach us? We would say meditation, because it's easier for us to teach you to have no thought than it is to teach you to have pure positive thought, because you've got enough momentum going on enough thoughts that are resistant in nature. In other words, don't you sort of automatically introduce resistance? Isn't there a but to almost everything? And do you know the reason that you do that is because you're trying to explain to others where you are. We wish you would cut that out. You're trying to explain to others why you're where you are. I'm standing here. I really want that. But well, you're not ever going to do that again without remembering us playing with you here today and reminding you that you, in those kinds of verbal or mental offerings, are introducing unnecessary resistance into your vibrational patterning, which is just bogging you down. So when we say to you, what do you choose? Do you choose a $100,000 increase in your income this year, or do you choose things being about the same? Well, I choose more. Well, if you choose 100,000, do you choose $1 million increase? A man sat in the hot seat last week and said he had just become one of the 1,000th wealthiest people in the world. And in 2008, he was addicted to drugs and had no prosperity at all. And through application of some things he is learning now, his prosperity is really flowing. Do you choose it? Do you want it? Would you like to have it? Is this something that you choose? What do you choose? Do you choose a lot? Do you choose a little? And what we've noticed about you is you choose what you expect to be able to deliver. You're not choosing what you want. You're choosing what you think you are capable under the current situation and based upon the standard that you've been living. You are evaluating what you think you might allow to come to yourself by what you have already allowed, and that is not the rationale that we are wanting you to choose. We want you to choose what you want, and then we want you to find thoughts that line you up with that wave that you've chosen, and it is our promise to you. This time-space reality will deliver to you the ride that you want. A lot of people are afraid to choose. They're afraid to choose because the waves have been beating them up. I chose. It didn't work out well for me. I got beat up. I got out there. I thought I was playing in a really big game. I went over there to Hawaii. It was the pipeline. The biggest wave in the world, and all it did was break my neck. It beat me up. And we say, choose the little waves at first until you show yourself. But there are no limits. Just choose it and line up with it and receive it. That's it. That's it. Nobody is holding you apart from anything but you and your own contradictory thoughts.